Now, when we talk about a feature layer, what it means? It means about individual capabilities to solve a discrete user problem. A traditional PM domain, you are building a feature to solve a problem. It's more like that. Okay, Amazon. If I take an example of Amazon, we are actually having a feature over there which is called as add to cart. Now, typical difference between a product manager and an architect. See, when we talk about a product manager, typically we say that, okay, their primary focus is to run the roadmap. Then we say optimize the backlog or managing the backlog. We talk about customer problem. They are more oriented towards customer problem. They do a quarterly planning cycles, considering that, okay, you're working on a scaled, agile space. Their success metrics is mostly driven by that how many features are adopted, how many customers are still active, customer retention, feature adoption. There could be more KPIs also. And they talk about cross-functional teams. So this is typically what a product owner / product manager is involved in. But how it is actually different product architects. See, when we talk about a product architect, they talk about product system as a whole. They design the whole system, that how each features are actually going to get integrated. If something go down, what is going to bring up? If something is important, how it's going to take priority. All those kind of designs, architect will take care of that. They define the structural boundaries. They talk about how the data is actually going to flow, how the API contracts is actually going to be. They talk about the scalability or viability of the product from the long-term perspective. 3 to 5 is just a range. Maybe it's more than that also. How the system can be extensible. It's more about the architectural part. So this is how the product architect thinks. They're not worried about your roadmaps, your backlogs, or the customer feedback. No, they talk about a system. Always plan for growth. It's not like that, okay, I have actually built a system only for 10 people. No, Slack. When they actually built it, it was actually meant to handle millions of messages in a day. But when they launched, is it like the million messages they got right same time? No, you always plan for this much. I'll give you an example. I was working for Tesco. Tesco, usually the load for a per day is not that heavy. But when it comes to the Christmas time, their per day load actually goes into millions. And can you imagine their infrastructure is not that intelligent to handle this much? And they know this limitation. But they've not done anything on that. So what happens every Christmas in Tesco, if anyone from Tesco,
and also, Sumit, is remembering in the 2019 we had a design, right? I remember the product owner, they define the features, the product architecture, they build the futures, right?
Yes. It's more about that. Yes, feature versus future, correct?
Yeah, I remember that.
If I think about to be future ready, you have to build a feature only, correct? But
True.
Which feature to build?
True.
Correct?
Yeah. Because I undergone the product ownership training from you, okay, already. So in that we always spoke about getting the feedback quickly from the customers, integrate that into the product, deliver the values quickly, don't build everything. Whatever I have understood from you earlier, it seems like we are just starting a new journey over here. That's why I was just sort of checking with you. What I understood from the product owner, it is completely different. Yeah.
No, and take it as a prerequisite to move to the next level.
Okay.
That's a prerequisite.
Okay.
Remember I told you that, okay, this part, start to what should we build next? You have to move away from how the value will be structured. So I did talk about product ownership. You need to worry about the value part, then only build something. So that is actually a progression. So we do expect you to progress towards value structure. That how the value needs to be leveraged. Level your design.